Hello everyone, it's Stephen from Shortcuts here once more. I'm just going to highlight one other aspect of the Shortcuts list tonight, and that's the Vinyl Me Please audiophile record club presses that I've put up for the group to review. I've got several that are still sealed or haven't been really opened very much yet. I'm going to show you what they are, and then I'm going to show you what's typically in a package. So we've got John Prine's debut album that's pressed on the very similar. So you can see here, Vinyl Me Please Essentials, but on the same style of slip-in sleeve that the original was. Beautiful pressing, 180 gram audiophile. Yeah, it's fabulous. So this is AAA, which means it's cut from the original audio tapes of Grievous Angel by Graham Parsons, with obviously Emmylou Harris. One of the most ethereally beautiful albums you'll ever read, ever listen to. Cut by Ryan Smith from the original analog tapes. It sounds absolutely magnificent. This is my favourite ever Vinyl Me Please release, and I've got one spare, and that is King Curtis's Live at Fillmore West. 2 weeks after this album was released, he interrupted an argument on his stoop outside his apartment in New York City, and he was stabbed in the heart and died immediately. This album was the live set that he did before he was the backing band in Aretha Franklin's own live album, Live at Fillmore West. Look at this inside sleeve. That is absolutely amazing. The album includes the definitive version of Procol Harum's Whiter Shade of Pale, and that includes Procol Harum's Whiter Shade of Pale. This is the version that opens with Neil and I. It's got these beautiful listening notes. It is one of my all-time favorite albums. It's extraordinary. The Meters Rejuvenation, complete with poster and listening notes in that one. That one's sealed. Aretha Franklin, I Never Loved a Man, The Way I Love You. Again, AAA cut, this time by Ryan Smith at Sterling Sound, pressed on purple and white vinyl with a lyric booklet and that artwork for you. This album sounds amazing. Maybe the best of their releases from the last year is this one, Bill Withers' Adjustments. Beautiful soul album that he recorded when he was splitting up with his missus, and it's just an extraordinary listen. But I've got a few others here that I just wanted to highlight because I think they're really cool. So a lot of the Vinyl Me Please come with an Obi. In this case, this is Jim Sullivan. So Jim Sullivan recorded a single album in his lifetime. It's called UFO. This is the pressing done by the Light in the Attic label. Shortly after this album was released, he disappeared. And the story of his disappearance is in this booklet. It comes with the record. The record comes in this gatefold, which is pretty spectacular. And again, kind of a desolate interior, but it's really great. Think of this, and there's the artwork. This is like, think Van Morrison, that kind of earthy, soulful vocal, really melodic. I absolutely love it. But this is the hidden gem of all of tonight's list. So Beverly Glenn Copeland was a folk and soul singer from the 70s, and this is the print. This gives you an idea of how this album sounds. Ethereal, really beautiful, kind of complex, just an amazing Sunday afternoon listen on the Vinyl Me Please Essentials. This is the listening notes written by Stasha Gavin, and this is it's just think of it like a female version of Astral Weeks. So really singular, provocative in places, utterly gorgeous. The vinyl itself is just beautiful. Look at this. Translucent sky blue. It's really, really great. Highly, highly, highly recommend this album, this package. Vinyl Me Please albums are spectacular. I get amazing feedback from the people who buy them. All of these are worth having a listen, having in your collection. They all sound great. The story that's described in the listening notes just adds a level of enjoyment and kind of creates the album becomes more than an album. It becomes an artifact. It becomes a statement of history. It gets a place, and so really adds to it. I think what they do is pretty special. So highly recommend all of these, particularly Beverly Glenn Copeland, Jim Sullivan, the Aretha Franklin, the Graham Parsons. Those are really, really special. The highlight of all, though, is the King Curtis. It is mind-blowingly good. The best live album of all time. His cover version of Led Zeppelin's Whole Lotta Love Has to Be Heard to Be Believed on saxophone. It's extraordinary. But I can never listen to their version of What a Shade of Pale without the hairs on my neck just raising. And the way the audience reacts to the solos by Billy Preston on organ, or Cornell Dupree on guitar, or King Curtis himself, typically on alto sax. It's really, really great. Okay, anyway, I hope these videos are useful. If they're rubbish, bollocks, just tell me and I'll stop. Otherwise, I'll keep doing them if you like them. And as always, appreciate the feedback. Thanks, everyone.